Minute MBA, how to tell if you're an entrepreneur. 1. You started young. As a child, you didn't just have a lemonade stand, you had a lemonade franchise and a toll-free number. 42% of all entrepreneurs launch their first business in childhood. And studies show that the earlier an entrepreneur starts their first business, the more likely they'll find success. Today, kids are born entrepreneurs, having traded in their newspaper routes and baseball cards for developing mobile apps. Like 14-year-old Robert Nay's Bubble Ball, which has over 9.1 million downloads. That's a lot of milk money. 2. You're a gambler. Ray Bradbury might have had the entrepreneur in mind when he said that living at risk is jumping off a cliff and building your wings on the way down. 7 in 10 entrepreneurs feel that taking risks is more important to success than avoiding mistakes. And 77% of people use their own money or family assets for starting up their business. Of course, the only guarantee you have when jumping off a cliff is that the ground is eager to meet you, which means 3. You're probably a failure. First-time entrepreneurs can expect to fail 82% of the time, which is probably why nearly 2 out of 10 say that they have at least one maxed-out credit card. But though the virtual promise of crushing debt may seem like a big deal, the fact is, 4. You're not in it for the money. Even though entrepreneurs on average make at least 25% more than the general population, 2/3 claim innate drive as the #1 motivator in starting their business. To learn more about entrepreneurship programs, check out onlinemba.com.
We're in Shoreham, Vermont, the home of Whistle Pig Whiskey. The goal of this newcomer to the whiskey industry is to be the first farm-to-bottle rye whiskey brand made all in the United States since Prohibition.
We started in the middle of the most severe recession in the country's recent history. So you could get a lot of stuff done for less. There wasn't that much work going on. So from A to Z, you could get quick turns on everything at reasonably low prices. If you look at companies that start in the depths of a recession where resources are tight and you have to make decisions which would result in near-term revenue, you have much stronger companies because they were born in the baptism of fire. Frequently, companies that start in severe recessions tend to be around long for a lot longer that start at the frothy tops of booms. There are times as an entrepreneur when you stake your own ground and say, I'm going to create a business myself, I'm going to work for myself, where you stare at some dark, dark chasms, some cold, lonely nights when you alone believe in the vision that you're pursuing, and your net payables to net receivables on a 30-day basis make you entirely insolvent. And yet there's something that says, you know, go on, this will work. And I think that's what separates entrepreneurs from others. It's the ability to take risk. As you learn from your failures, you're able to better calculate what risks to take and when to really hold on. In its core, you know, being an entrepreneur is based on a firm conviction that I can do it. I can make something happen. I can make something work. You know that it's make or break, do or die. Actually, the area began with this river that's frozen over now. There used to be a couple of grist mills in here that kept a little hamlet, as they called it, alive with the buzzing of saws and the grinding of grain that was powered off of the river in summertime. And now we're sort of bringing this area back to life after it was a failed dairy farm in the form of what will hopefully be the country's first and finest farm-based distillery. You know, the skeptics be damned. And you'll carry through to the end to make that work.
What sound did Piggy make? He's not even hungry.
I'm Kat Clifford with Entrepreneur.
It is our nature to explore, to go places no one has ever dreamed, to redefine what is possible. It is our calling to create, to transform the world around us. to plant the seeds of change. It is our responsibility to disrupt, to laugh in the face of conformity, to create our own reality. It is our duty to lead, to show strength when others are weak, to trust ourselves when everyone doubts. We are the brave souls that are changing our culture, our economy, and redrawing the lines of the future.